like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Hello, and welcome. It is 2 p.m., well, 2:04 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Not December. Fuck, I know what it is. Shush. January 2nd, 2020. And I'm the Angry Angel. And this is Ask an Angel, right there. A show where I answer a whole bunch of questions that are sent to me at this email address right here. Feel free to send them on. And usually questions could be, but they can really be about anything. You want an opinion on something, that's what I like to do. Most people seem to keep asking me about relationship questions, and stuff like that, like my opinion on this, that, and the other. But yeah. But quick disclaimer though, I'm not a professional. I am not a psychiatrist. I'm not a shrink. I'm not a psychologist or a counselor. I'm not your mommy. I'm not your daddy. So what you do before and after, I take no responsibility for. I'm just simply giving my 10 cents worth. And I simply be good at giving advice. A lot of people have been pretty much all my entire life asking me this, that, and the other. Fuck, I remember when I was a teenager, fucking riding on the bus going home, I would literally have complete fucking strangers asking me questions out of the blue. No word of a lie. They would literally come over to me and ask, and they'll just start asking me questions about their marriage. I mean, what the fuck? I'm not joking. I'm losing focus. Come on, right here. Come on, right here. Hello, my face is yeah. A bit blurry. This should kick in a second. Maybe I need to add a little bit more light. Hello. Maybe I'll wipe the lens. No? What's going on? There you go. You found me, did you? Love this camera. What was I saying? But yeah. So I hold no responsibility for what you do after this. If you ask me, should you get married? And I say, hey, yeah, why not? And you get married. And suddenly, it's not working out. It's not my fault. That's your choice. My answers are based on what information I'm given. So make sure if you do ask a question, put as much information as you possibly can. Enough that'll fit this little box right here. This one, right there. Don't just put like 2 or 3 words or a couple of lines and expect me to know your entire history. That's not going to happen. But yeah, we'll get to it in a moment. I got about 13 questions today. I'm going to try to keep it within an hour. No, within 2 hours, because I did one last week, episode 19. Went almost 3 hours, and it was a bugger to get uploaded. I had to break it into 2 pieces. And it's on YouTube right now. And to everybody that's on YouTube right now, hello and welcome. If you haven't already done so, feel free to click that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And the likes and blah, 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 and all those things. And same as my Twitch followers. Would love it if you click follow. If you are going to send a question to me, that's another thing. If you want it anonymously, just state you want it anonymous, and I will just state it as, and then you just come either watch it live on here or on YouTube, or both. Fuck if, right. Also, don't go to your spouse if it's a question about your spouse and go, Angry Angel said this. You're an asshole. yes, I do let little things slip here and there about about the secrets guys have. Oh, the other thing as well, I don't sugarcoat things. With my advice, I tell it more as it is, not just simply what you want to hear. I mean, if it works out that way, that's what you want to hear. Awesome. But if you're saying something and really you're being a dick, I'm sorry, I'm going to point out. I'm going to try to do it kindly. I'm going to say, you know what? I think you're being a dick. No, I'm not going to say it like that. I'm going to bring the mic in so it can be heard a bit better. But yeah. How's everybody doing, by the way? I hope everybody's had a happy new year, had a great Christmas, just had a good fucking holiday. Right? We're about to start 2021, and let's start off with a bang. Let's get this thing going. I mean, yes, COVID's still here, but that doesn't mean we can't have a good year. We can have a good year going forward. And in 18 days, I'm not going to say what it is. You know what it is. 18 days. I'm excited. Anyway, let's get to it. Question number 1. Where the hell is question number 1? Hey, hope you're having a nice day. Me too. So far, so good. All right, question number 1 for Maria. Where the hell is the question? Hang on, you see it, but I want to see it on my screen better. There we go. For Maria, please advise. Oh, sorry, advice, please. I'm really lost in what to do anymore. Me and my husband have been married for 3 months. We are long distance at the moment. I'm in the UK. He's in Africa. Okay. He can be okay for a few days. Loving. He's in UK. No, you're in the UK. He's in Africa. And he's got married and been married for 3 months. This is a confusing one, but let's continue. Yeah, he can be okay for a few days, loving and so nice, and then he suddenly changes and ignores my calls, messages, and even blocks me for hours. The following day, he will act like nothing has happened. I'm also pregnant with his baby. And he tells me he doesn't care about me and the baby. One moment, then next he tells me he loves us and can't wait to be with me in the UK. I'm really confused. It's messing with my head. I'm putting stress on my pregnancy. Really don't know what to think or do. Anyone got any advice? Please, I'd be grateful. This is definitely an odd one, and I'd like to give you advice. I'm going to try to give you some. But this is, I'm going to be honest, this is bizarre as fuck. Okay, so you got married, but you're in different countries. Like, how did that? I would love to know. See, that's why I need people to be able to come on. I'm going to try to set this up, because I would love these people to come on and ask them questions. Like, one, how the hell did you get married if you're in separate countries? How did you just have a baby if you're in separate countries? I'm pregnant with this baby. I mean, yes, there's at least 6 months prior. I mean, I don't know when the baby's conceived. Did you just get married because of the baby? Did you just get married just because you love each other and then the baby came after? When did the pregnancy start? That's kind of another question. Now, it's not relevant to the advice I'm going to give. There is a shady side to this that I'm picking up bad vibes. I'm picking up many bad vibes. I'm going to be honest with you. Many bad vibes. I'm from the UK, if you didn't hear the accent. But it doesn't really matter what country you're from. Something sounds off here, big time. Like when is he saying, well, what's happening around the times when it's good and what's happening when it's bad? Is it when you're trying to contact him and talk to him and be loving? Is that when he's pushing you away? And when he's needing something, is that when he's being all nice and sweet? Maybe you need to look at these things. You need to analyze when he's being nice, when he's being shitty. Because as it looks right now, somebody... I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Not to hurt your feelings, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It sounds like you're being used somehow. That's what I've got alarms going off in this story, and it sounds like you're being used somehow. Maybe he's gotten married to get into the country? Then why hasn't he moved? He's excited. Hang on. Be with me in the UK. It's shady. It's shady. I'm sorry, it's shady. I'm sure you love him. And he might actually, I can't say for sure because I'm not a mind reader. This feels off. This feels very off. You love him? Oh, fuck! I wish I had more information on when the marriage happened. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I've got all kinds of suspicions. Like, why isn't he even in the country to begin with? Is it? Let me see. It doesn't say if it's for work or what it is. Why are you in separate countries? He's in Africa. Is he working there? Is he living there? Like, is he from there? And he's I don't have enough information on this question to really give you solid advice. I can tell you right now, if this was me, I mean, one, I can't get pregnant, but if this was me, I'd be seeking some legal advice. Legal as in, one, maybe talk to a lawyer, just in passing. It says you don't necessarily want a divorce, but you need to know what's going on and what can you do to protect yourself and the baby if things get weird. Because I have a feeling things are going to get weird for you. So you need to contact a lawyer just in case. What can you sign to keep your child safe, protected, to keep your finances safe and protected? I think you're being scammed somehow. That's based on what you've wrote. That's the vibe I'm getting. As I said, I don't hold responsibility for what you do. That's why you need, because I'm not a lawyer either. But you need to talk to one. This sounds, if everybody agrees, give me a 1. Type 1 in chat if you agree with what I'm saying. That this sounds massively suspicious. Whew. Massively suspicious. Okay, it looks like chat's not awake today. All right, we'll move on to the next question. But yeah, that's pretty much what I would say is to get some. Yeah. All right, I got an LOL. Okay, give me a 1 if you agree, a 2 if you don't agree. That's what I'm saying. 1, thank you. All right, so yeah, I'd speak with a lawyer and get some legal advice on what you can do to protect yourself. Because it looks massively suspicious. Question number 2. Let's get it. Question number 2 comes from Sarah. All right. From Sarah. Happy New Year. Quick question. Well, thank you. Would you... I'm looking at this question. This does not look like a quick question. Would you be okay with your spouse sleeping over at their friends? of the same sex after hanging out with them late at night? To that question, probably. I don't see the big deal on that. Let me continue in case there's more to this. Basically, my husband says I'm controlling because I told him I don't appreciate that. I don't mind him hanging out, but he should come home because we have 2 kids that I would have to look after if he stays out. His guy friends live 2 hours away. 2 hours away. I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't ever hang out with my girlfriends and stay the night because I wouldn't put him in the position of watching both our kids for my pleasure. Am I too controlling or do I make sense? Okay, I'm going to. Remember I said at the beginning, I'm going to be brutally honest. Yeah, you're a little controlling on this one. I think you're probably jealous. Maybe jealous of maybe that there's somebody else. But you're saying that you know it's the guys, right? And I think your response is you're not really being honest with yourself. I think you're saying, oh, I wouldn't want to hang out with my girl. If you're out drinking, your husband, I can almost guarantee, I can say from myself. If my wife was out 2-3 hours away and she's with her friends and she's been drinking, I want her somewhere safe. I don't want her fucking driving 2 hours home. You say you don't mind hanging out, but you want him to drive 2 hours home? Well, if he's going to be there for at least a few hours to have fun with his friends, what's a few more hours till he's burn off the fucking alcohol so he can drive safely? I don't think it's simply controlling. I think it's a little selfish. Because I think you're basically saying that you wouldn't do it because you want to defend your argument of, oh, I don't want him being out. I'm not trying to say you're a bad person. Please don't think that at all. I think you're just scared. You're scared either there's something else going on, you're missing him, and I think you're using all these extra things as an excuse to try to tell him, oh, it's not right, you shouldn't be doing this. Look at the kids. Eventually, I can almost guarantee, I don't know how old you are, how old the kids are, but I can guarantee at some point, you're going to want him to be able to look after the kids. If you went to work and he was at home, would you want him to look after the kids for work? Or whatever. Having a meeting, going for an interview, going to the store, and you want some alone time, you'd want him to be able to look after the kids. And it doesn't matter if it's like fucking 10 minutes, a few hours, several hours, overnight. It shouldn't matter because they're also your kids as well. They're also his, which means he is both responsible for those children. Also responsible for having fun. I'm assuming these friends didn't just appear out of nowhere as soon as you got married. These are probably friends before you got married. So these have been in his life. And so you accepted these friends in his life before you got married. And vice versa. I'm sure he's been accepting of your friends before you got married. Right? He didn't just say, fuck it, you can't have any friends anymore. And even as you said, you don't mind him having friends. Or hanging out with his friends. Well, sometimes hanging out means drinking. Sometimes hanging out means having a fucking crash at your friends for the night and then come home in the morning safe and sound. Would you rather him fucking drive drunk for 2 hours? Of course not. You care about him. I don't think you're a bad person or anything like that. I think you're, in this case, I don't know about every other, I think in this case you're being a bit controlling, a little bit sensitive, a little bit selfish, and I think you should maybe ease off a little bit. Just to be understanding. Like, he's going to have friends, and just as you are. Because I can guarantee, if the table's turned, if he was to come home and just accept when the time comes, an old friend comes in from out of fucking town, but a few hours away. Oh, you need to go to another town because a friend died. Whatever the reason is, you might want him to look after the kids. Do you want him to be understanding? Or do you want him to throw it back in your face going, you know what the fuck? I couldn't go, but you can go. It will happen. Little shit like this is like money in the bank. It will return. And it'll return big time. And we'll put... the other thing you're potentially risking is resentment. Because one, hey, you know what? His friends might start to miss him. And suddenly, do you want his friend to start not liking you because they can't see you? I can tell you, that's never a good thing. When the close friends, don't like the spouse, it puts pressure. And now he might say, you know what, fuck it, my wife's more important. And while it should be, resentment will come. He doesn't see his friends anymore. Doesn't have any friends anymore. Resentment will come. So you can either back off and just let him hang out with his friends. I'm not saying let him hang out, like, say, hey, you know what, fucking be there for 10 days or whatever. Well, what if there's a fucking match? I don't know if he's into sports. What if he has to go to another town? I'm from England. Fuck, we go fucking... I live in Canada, but in England, we fucking take the train everywhere to watch a soccer match. Sometimes fucking several hours away, not just 2, fucking several. I'm from Sunderland. I get on the train about 4 or 5 hours to fucking London. So I'm in London watching a fucking match, watching the World Cup. My wife is going to be upset because she might have... It happens once every 4 fucking years. And I'm excited to go and see with my buddies. My wife's not really interested in soccer. So she doesn't want to come. I can guarantee she'd look after the fucking kids. Well, I go and watch the match live. I've got fucking tickets. I won tickets. And me and a couple of my buddies, we're going to go and watch the fucking match. Would you really spoil that for him? I mean, yeah, you'd probably say, you know what I've come along with. And you go, I don't really want to, it's not really my interest. That's fine. But can he not enjoy his life as well? Enjoy something that he enjoys? I'm using these as examples, but to get you to understand, it's his friends. Just like your friends are your friends. You might say you wouldn't be wanting to do that right now, but you'd want him to be understanding if you did. Anyway, I'm not going to pass that one to pieces. We're going to go on to the next question. Everybody agree with me? Give me 1. Give me a 1. Give me a 1. Even if drinking should be okay. Yeah, I'm just using that as an example. The drinking is just simply as an example. There's all kinds of reasons. Absolutely, you want them to be able to have fun, right? I mean, if you're not drinking, if there's no alcohol and they're just hanging out, fuck, why not go with them for a few? They're friends. Bring the kids along. There's all kinds of options. You don't need to be worried. Okay, question number 3. We're just gonna move on to the next one. All right, where are we? From Anonymous. Would you be upset if you went to the hospital and your spouse did not go in with you but stayed in the car? It depends on what it is. Is she just running in? Am I just running in to do something really quick and she doesn't want to come? I'm not going to be upset. Am I going in for an operation? I'd want her to come in with me, and if she wants to go back to the car while I'm in a fucking operation for a few hours, that's fine. I don't expect her to sit in the fucking chair, bored out of her mind, twiddling her thumbs, being panicked at the operation. If she can go somewhere else and distract herself, and then come back, absolutely, I'm totally okay with that. If it's that she's standing outside because of COVID and she's a little concerned, either she might catch something or she might spread something, then absolutely not. I'm not going to be upset with her. That's just being fucking smart. That's just being respectful. She's not sick. So yes, stay in the car. If it's just because, if I'm like, my leg's fucking broken and I'm needing to crawl my ass in the hospital and while she sits on her fucking phone playing TikTok, that I'd be upset with. But if she's helped me get in there and there's a wait time, if I'm sitting in the waiting room for a few hours and she can come in and keep me company, that would be nice. But if she's trying to stay in the car for COVID, stay in the car. Stay in the car. Hell, the hospital might not even fucking let her come in. I know my mother had some issues a few months ago. And yeah, they wouldn't even let me in until I had the mask on. And it could only be me or my father. It couldn't be both. But yeah, that's my answer on that. I think it's not a big deal. Just depends on what the reason for the hospital visit is. All right, that's question number 3. It's burning through these ones. Fuck yeah. Let's get to question number 4. And it's another short one, but I have a feeling it's going to be a big answer. Question 4 from Maria. You know who you are. Okay. If there is a 2-year-old difference, what? But the guy is younger, 20, and the girl is 22. Is that a big deal? My opinion, it could be. Two years difference. No. You guys are pretty much in the same fucking... No. And at that young? No. 2 years? No. I think it could be. Unless there's something more going on that I'm unaware of, I don't see a 2-year difference being an issue. And I don't think anybody... My wife is like younger than me, more than 2 years. Oh, fuck. Oh, sleepy. Should have grabbed coffee. Kicking myself here. I was going to make coffee, but I didn't. Oh, come on, wake up. I might need to take a break and grab an energy drink or something. Fuck, I suddenly got hit with the fucking tired energy. No, I don't think there's any issue with 2 years. That's nothing. That's like saying, is there an issue with 2 months? Now, 5, 10, 20, it can be issues, but really, age is just a number. As long as it's legal, and it also depends on what you want in goals in life. Do you want kids? Same age is actually really good for that. A big 20 to 30 year gap could be a big difference. If you're Mariah, so I'm assuming you're female. The girl is 22. If you were, say, in your 50s and he's 20, it's going to be hard for you to have children. That could be an issue. At 22, you could have children. You could be married. There's no issue with 2 years. I mean, unless you can send me an email back and tell me what you think is, because I think it could be. What do you think it could be? Tell me what. If you can come up with, I'll challenge you fucking on 2. Give me 2 things that could cause an issue between the age of 22 and 20. I mean, fuck, let's ask my chat. Can anybody in my chat give me a reason why that could be an issue? Because I am baffled. Very confused. Yeah, I can't think of any reason. None. And they're not really responding, so that's okay. Let's move on to the next. Let's go. Oh, my shoulder's fucking killing me. What the fuck? All right. Come on, brain. Oh yeah, question number 5. Question number 5. My chat doesn't seem to be responding anyway, so yeah. I'm going to assume that because they didn't respond that they don't really have a reason. All right, question number 5 from Brandy. Brandy. Men, do you actually like getting naughty pictures from your woman? Duh. Men like getting naughty pictures from any woman. Welcome to men. Is this a serious question? That can't be a serious question. How old are you? Of course we like getting naughty pictures. Especially from that. I mean, it depends on what it is. I mean, yes, absolutely. For myself, I'm going to give you my own thing. Just like women, they don't like to be sent dick pics. I don't really care just about a vagina. I'm first of all, at my age, I'm 43 years old. I've seen them. I've seen lots. So many in my lifetime. They're all the same, really. I mean, yes, they can look a little bit different, but it's not that. To me, what the turn on would be is more the entire body, the face, the look. But the fact that your partner, and I don't care if it's male or female, is willing to do that. If you're talking about, from my woman, yeah. So you assume me like in a relationship, then yes, that's just sweet. That's just playful. And it doesn't matter if it's just a little bit or a lot. If you're teasing, if you're flat out going, it's a sweet thing. Yeah. I'm going to say yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it, I don't think. But it's what you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable sending, fucking don't send it. Yeah. That, as they say, is that one. Let's get on to question number 6. This is just burning through this. I think I'm halfway now. And I'm not even at just over 30 minutes. Not even that. Alright. It's question 6 from Vanessa. Okay. Why do smart, independent men often, most often end up with losers? I would say lack of confidence, because nobody really likes to be considered a fucking loser. I'm gonna be honest. That's a shitty question. That's a arrogant, fucking full of yourself question that goes just because you're smart and independent that anybody that you get with is just a loser. That's shitty. And if you do think that your partner, your boyfriend, your husband, or it isn't just a loser, they need to move on, not for you or for your benefit, but for theirs, because they deserve better than to be thought of as a loser. Yeah, that's arrogant. That's shitty. Low self-esteem is what I would say. This is not a diss on you being intelligent, because there's nothing wrong with it. A smart, intelligent woman. I love smart, intelligent women. But a real smart, intelligent woman does not look down on others. Or independent. Sorry, independent. Not intelligent, independent. I know that's a smart. Hello, hey, how's it going? And welcome. Let's move on to question number 7. Question number 7. How are you? I'm good. How about you? Are you enjoying the new year? Awesome. All right, question number 7. Okay, so I don't know why. This is from Adam. I don't know why, but it seems like I can't have any feelings or interest for someone anymore. no matter how much I wanted to. I use dating apps and been going on dates, but I don't feel any interest for any of them. Where's this game? It's not a game. It's just a show where I ask questions. It's called Ask an Angel. I talk about, people ask me questions and I answer them, give my opinion. Anyway, back to the question. But I kept smiling with them. I had a talk, a laugh, tried to enjoy the time, because I thought I feel something for them at least. But I haven't been feeling anything for anybody anymore, literally. Never felt something like this. I want to try to love someone again. Tell me, how do I try to love someone again? Okay, first of all, you can't force it. Love's not something that you force. You don't go, oh, I'm in love with a person, I'm gonna love him. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't make yourself love someone. Same as you can't make someone love you. It happens. You can guide it, you can meld it, but you can't force it. I think you've got some serious issues going on. I definitely think you need some actual counseling. It's not that I don't think I don't think it's that you can't love the person. I think it sounds to me, you've been hurt by someone, because you said, I want to try and love someone again, which tells me you've loved someone prior to it and you've been hurt. I think you need to look at something a bit deeper. Look for a counselor. It might even be medical. I don't know any medication on that. Maybe might be suppressing feelings. Sorry for being off topic, but how long have you started doing? Oh, me? And sorry for my English. I'm actually from England myself, so that's completely fine. How long have I been streaming? Since June, I think. Usually I play video games, Warzone, but I do this as well. A lot of people seem to like me answering their questions live, and then I send this over to YouTube for people to watch in their own time as well. But yeah, and that's completely fine to ask the questions. I mean, that's what this show's about, is asking questions. All right, let's get on to question. I'm talking streams. Yeah, it's a bit different, right? It's a bit different. I'd like to actually get this one where I actually bring on people who also like games. Yeah, me too. Me too. And thank you for the follow. It means a lot. What kind of games do you like to play? I'll move on to the next question. Question number 8. I play COD 2. Yeah. See? Oh yeah. COD's the best. I haven't played Counter-Strike in a long time. I played Counter-Strike way, way long ago when it was all part of Sierra, and with Half-Life, it used to be the mod that you'd actually get added on, and then it became a big game. I work a lot. Nice. Yeah, I usually work. I'm actually a truck driver, but I do this kind of as a fun. I want to get out of trucking and do this full time, but it's going to take a while to build. The more followers I get, the more support I get, the more I can actually get this to be a full time thing. I don't consider myself a gamer or streamer. More of a. By the way, do you have a donation goal? I wouldn't say a goal. Just if people want to tip, go ahead and tip. I do have a few. I have I want to get what the hell do I want to get? I want to get more lights, because that's all I do. The donations I'm putting into this to make it bigger and better so my viewers can enjoy it, right? I've got this light right here, this weird ring light. It's nice, but it only lights this side of my face. If I dim it to give it a bit more dramatic feel, then I get this weird shadow. Actually, hang on, let me kill this light from my monitor. Boom. See, I get this weird shadow coming here. Maybe there's something that would like to buy most. But yeah. Elgato lights. Fuck, there's all kinds of things. I just bought this what the hell do you call it? Capture card. It allows my picture to be a lot better. But yeah. That's all I do. I do that. And then eventually as I get bigger, I want to create a system so that when I'm driving the truck at the moment, that I'll actually have people put the camera inside the truck. Hey, how's it going? I'll have the camera right in the truck and people will actually watch me live. I want people to necessarily interact because I want people to read. Police don't like that. They call it distracted driving. Fuckers. And people that are screaming as I'm crashing into them, they don't like that either. So, but yeah, I've got goals for the future. Yeah, I can't stand Bitcoin donations via Streamlabs. I don't use Streamlabs. I use OBS. Do you have Bitcoin wallet? No. Or can you create it? I don't even know what the hell Bitcoin wallets are or even what Bitcoins are. I've thought about looking into it. Some people have said, oh, you should try this, but I'm not that savvy. Usually people want to donate, they can do the sub thing. They can, like, this thing has, you can do sub, you can gift subs and that, and I think I've got a donation thing through PayPal down below somewhere. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Eventually I might do the bit. I've heard a few people say that's what people want to do, and I got to get with the times, but fuck, I'm old. I'm not figuring that shit out. Alright, let's hey, I've got sorting it out. Okay, so let's get on to the next one. Question. Did I answer this one yet? No, I haven't. Question number 8. Don't think I could ever get in. Either. Thought I've made lots through it. Yeah, I know. It's just confusing. It's like one. I mean, it's nice. The concept of one currency for the entire world would be nice, but there's no way the countries ever really fully go for that because of. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into the next question from fuck. More weird name. More names that's up. Marvelin. You know who you are. I just keep thinking about all of the signs in front of me that showed my ex was cheating. I lent him my car to go see his baby, but it was actually to cheat on me. I was completely devastated and broken. How can I get over this? Well, you've got to kind of ask yourself, do you want to continue the relationship or do you not? If you don't want to, if you don't think you can trust him, then that's one step, is to end the relationship. You definitely need to get some kind of closure and maybe tell him this is. Let's check PMs. I'll definitely check PMs afterwards. I don't usually look at that kind of stuff, otherwise I'll just be flooded with it. But I definitely will. Actually, let me just take a quick look. My mouse is not working. What? Yeah, definitely not really. The Bitcoin thing is not. Help. Watch your sim. It's definitely not something I mean, I might eventually, but yeah, not really. Where was I? Yeah, for this question, how can I to get over a heartbreak is time. That's always the best answer for that one, is time. Yeah, it's very harsh. It really sucks, the situation, and I feel bad for you. But at the same time, you did ask a question. I was just keep thinking about the signs. Well, one sign is that because he said lent the car to go see his baby, means he has a baby with somebody else. There's a bit of a sign. Not that he's going to cheat, but he's got a baby with somebody else. Why didn't you go with him? It's not about lending the car. You're going to go see his baby. If you're in his life, if you're that important to him that he can borrow the car, then why wouldn't you be important to him to let you meet his baby? That to me just... I feel bad that you're going through the pain. Going forward in the future, look for stuff like that. Like anytime I'm dealing with stuff, there's like flags, right? And while flags can be misleading or not real, it's not the word I'm looking for. It's not real. Might not be the way it appears to be, if that makes sense. You can see something, and while it might be a flag, it might not be an actual thing. With this should have been flags. If you look at if you go into a situation like this, got a kid, flag 1. And as you're building them up, if you've got a whole bunch of flags, this is not the one. Maybe it was too early in the relationship. Maybe they wanted to be more secure. But obviously, and this is true, absolutely, and I agree with that. But if it's that early that you can't meet the kids, borrowing the car, for me, several things would bug me. Like, one, you've got a baby, you don't have a car. To me, it sounds a bit of a... I think you're actually better off. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be brutally honest. I think you're better off. One, you're not married, no kids with the person. So this is all good stuff in a sense. I know you're heartbroken, right? And I feel bad for that. But if you think about it, no car. I mean, he wants to see his kid, but it's not really want to see his kid. He's going to go and fuck his ex. I'm so glad I'm marked as a mature channel. But yeah, you've escaped a possible worse situation. I think I just did too. Hang on, I'm just checking. So make a second. Yeah. Trying to get sneaky. Obviously he wasn't that fussed about the child anyway. Since exactly. And that's how you gotta really look at relationships when they're first starting. A lot of people they jump into them, and I've done it as well. I've jumped into relationships as well. Everybody goes, "Oh, I've got a good feeling about this person. I've got a good feeling," and you can. That's a good thing. Have a good feeling about him, but do look for signs. Now, don't go off like, "Oh my God, he's got a big nose. That's one flag. I can't date. I can't trust him. Can't trust him because of one thing is not the end of the world. Because some things can be adjusted. If there's a whole bunch, and ask questions, analyze things. Don't like overthink it too much, but you do need to analyze things. Like borrowing your car that early in a relationship. I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but I mean, you're not locked into a relationship, and if he wrapped that car around a pole, that's on you. If he runs somebody over, yes, he's going to be arrested. That's on you, though, right? So trusting the person to borrow your car that quick, but you can't be trusted to see the child. I don't know. There's something weird about it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't loan out my car to... I mean, you want to be nice, absolutely. It's running through my head. I'm still trying to process this whole thing. Because I feel really bad for you. To get over it, as I said, it's going to take time. Ultimately, I wonder how long. Right? I mean, if it's a few weeks, if this is a relationship of a couple of weeks, baby could be older than we think. Exactly. Well, it does say his baby. It could also be, if that's what he said, oh, I'm going to go and check my baby. He could have been playing with words. Could be a year old. Yeah, but even still, that'd be sweet to actually get to see. It's not like you're having any major impression on the child just meeting them once. Some people prefer, you know. But at the same time, then that in itself is a question. If the baby is 1 year old, what happened to the previous relationship? That he got some girl pregnant? What did he do? Just after 1 year fucked off? This, to me, there's a whole bunch of flags. Enough that I wouldn't necessarily have ended the relationship or not even started it. I wouldn't have been loaning out the bloody car at that early. For sure. There's a whole bunch of questions that's not being asked. And that's what you need to do going forward in any relationship you do. You need to absolutely give trust, but also not all of it. Let it be earned, bits at a time. That's why most relationships, it's best to start slow. And that's, your next one should be slow. I wouldn't necessarily say jump into another relationship. Have fun, go dating. Don't loan out your car anymore. Not that quick. Oh no, he's a dick. He was definitely a dick. To be cheating and yeah. Of all the stuff you've said right now, for me, there was some red flags that you didn't notice. And sometimes there's that saying, love is blind, and we don't want to look at those flags, right? We want it's there's a saying I've heard women say. How does it go? I wouldn't toss him out of bed because of crumbs. Right? To look at some guy, and that right there is really just sums up a lot of people's attitude when it comes to a lot of relationship, right? You see the person for what you've envisioned, and so the little things, the crumbs, not a big deal. Fuck, you know what? I can deal with that. This car, borrowing the car, is just a crumb. Psh, it's not a red flag. It's just a crumb. I let it go. I'm in love with this person. I don't know how long you and this guy had been together. How long the ex has been together. We don't have enough information to go on for that. But it sounds like the signs were there, but you just went, they're just the crumbs in the bed. I'm not going to kick him out. But you really need to look at those crumbs. You can't go, oh my God, that guy's so fucking hot. He can do whatever he wants, blah, blah, blah. No, he can't. You just broke your heart. And that's something that should never have happened. Because whoever he's going to do, he's just did this to you, I can guarantee he's going to do it to the next person too. But anyway, I'm going to go move on to the next question because it's what I do. Fuck. I'm actually glad there's ladies in the group because I don't know how. I can't give you my own answer. I wasn't even sure if to put this question on. I'm not going to say of what. Oh, I guess it does say. Okay. Actually, I'm going to remove that in case fucking Twitch loses this shit on me. Hang on. Let me just reword this so that Twitch doesn't get mad at me. Here we go. Does size matter? I can't really answer this in either way. Right? Because one, I'm a guy. So to me, keep it in your goddamn pants. And from my experience, it's not seemed to be an issue. I'm not bragging, but it's not been an issue. So, and it's not, see, and this question is not just to women, because guys as well, there's guys out there that would be, from what, listening to me, there's so many other ways to show. Exactly, right? I believe, myself, that yeah, it's that old age-old saying, it's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. I've heard stories of it being so big that it's just causing pain. I think there's a right fit per se, but there's other things that can be done. I'm trying to like answer this question without being crude and upsetting Twitch, but also, yeah, I think different. There's things that can be done even if that's not. I think if you're just talking about just sex, you're not in a relationship, it's pure booty calls, whatever, it might matter then, right? If it's a relationship, I don't think it matters as much. Yeah. Exactly, you can look past size simply because there's other things that can be done. For everybody to be happy. That's what exploring. That's the beauty of exploring and finding what makes people tick. Yeah. But this is an odd question, so I think that's pretty much the answer you're going to get on that one. You're going to move on to question 10. Unless anybody else wants to say it, so my answer would be it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. I will say to some, it can. But at the same time, it can matter for both parties. I'm gonna get crude. I have to just fucking. Because the woman itself, I'm glad I've only got such a small group. Because the woman might not be as tight as that. So yes, she might need larger. Not because there's anything wrong with the guy per se, but because she's not exactly as tight as she used to be. But she can still even look past it. If she's just out for sex, possible. If she's out for a relationship, shouldn't. But the guy itself, if he gets a little bit of experience, there's things that can be done. But I'm joking, I heard someone to choose my boob size. Yeah. But I mean, I if she's that open, fuck, there's things that can be done. Use your imagination. Explore. Have fun. This question's so fucking fucked up. It could be bad. Work on. Yeah, right? If it's a relationship, make it work. Find things to make it work. But I mean, we all find a person that we fit. Pardon the pun. If a guy is so small, best ways. Yeah, there's toys, there's... Oh, fuck. Man, we're getting this conversation. You said it. Okay. Moving on. Fuck. Such a tiny small part. Fuck. was awesome. Okay. Oh. Okay, question 10. Alright, so. Welcome to my show. Fuck. Hi. From Victoria. Hi. So me and my partner was in... Fuck. Were in a civil partnership. What does that mean? Which broke down several years. What do you mean by civil partnership? You're not even saying relationship. You're not saying boyfriend, girlfriend. You're not saying relationship. You're civil partnership. Victoria. Civil as in same sex. Oh! I'll just say that! We have lived two completely separate lives for that entire time. Finally, looking into divorce now. Could someone please point me in the right direction? How much is this likely to cost me roughly? She wants... I see, there we go. She wants it done as much as me, so we are looking for easiest, quickest opinion. Thank you. Lawyer, and that's really it. And the amount of money. I don't know where you're from, and I don't know what the laws are where you live. That might be different, but I think it would be the same thing as most marriages in most places. Yeah, just lawyer. They'll tell you how much needs to do to process paperwork. And done. But I'm not a lawyer, right? So that's why you need to talk to a lawyer. If you're both in agreement that you're ending the relationship, which I feel bad, but it doesn't sound like there's any heartache. It sounds like you might actually be in a place of agreement and being friendly and cordial and just wanting to end it. It's sad, but it's not sad. You're not sad. You don't sound sad. So that's all I would say is make sure everything's in paper and written and blah, blah, blah. Do all the thing properly. That way if something doesn't come and jump up and bite you in the face later on, the best way, contact a lawyer. Hell, yeah, I wouldn't say go to a pro bono one because most pro bono ones probably won't do it because it's so simple. It's not. There's no fight. There's no money. There's nothing. But yeah, just contact your local lawyers. You probably can get away with just having the same lawyer. You sound like you're both wanting to just end it. This question is odd. Alright, so the next one. Question 11. I've only got 3 more questions left. Am I really going to get this done in 1 hour? Holy shit. That never happens. I don't know what the answer is for... yeah, I've never been divorced myself either, so it's like the best one would be a lawyer, I think. If you worry about like financial, like paying for the lawyer, there are some. You know what you could do, just to kind of get your own. Because you come to this show and you want advice and stuff like that. There are ways you can just go on YouTube and literally type in how to get a divorce. There might be just some forms. I mean, I think where I live, I have seen them before. You can just go to Staples and they've actually got legal documents and it's like in a binder, it's near the back, and it's just for like stuff like writing a will, doing this, doing that, and who to pass it to, a notary or whatever, and you fill them all out and you process it. But you probably look on YouTube for that, on what you need. But I would strongly advise the better option would be, if you can afford it, a lawyer, so that way something doesn't jump up and bite you in the ass later in case something's missing. They've gone through this stuff enough times that they know they've got like a fucking checklist of things. Get this done, this done, this done, this done for both of you, so that sometime in the near future, if something comes up, oh fuck, I can't believe I didn't remember this. That way it stays friendly and cordial and civil. Right. So for next question, here comes from Richard. From Richard. Question 11 from Richard. A girl contacted me through Facebook Messenger and started flirting with me. Nice. She started out a little creepy though. I'm just saying. Just came out of nowhere and started flirting with you. She said she said she thought I was good looking, funny, blah blah blah. Should I tell my girlfriend about this? My girlfriend is very trusting, not jealous at all. Part of me feels like I should tell her to stay honest. Another part of me thinks it's pointless to. Okay. The vibe I'm getting is you're being tested. Facebook, somebody coming out of the blue on Facebook Messenger and saying, hey, how's it going? And just start flirting with you. Just casually telling, yeah, I'd tell her simply because I think you're being tested. I mean, you're right. It shouldn't be a big deal. She's not the jealous type, but I think you're being tested. I think she's questioning what you would do. There are a lot. It's become a bit of a fad where people will do stuff like this. That they'll even get their friends to hit on. I think it's silly. I think it's putting the relationship at risk. Because what if that one time that friend is cute enough that the person might just say hey and flirt back? I wouldn't flirt back if I were you. Because if this is a test, I mean, I'm 43 years old. I'm flirty as fuck. I'm flirty to the next fucking level. It's my nature. I tell people I'm English and I'm in my mid-40s. I'm not changing for anybody. It's my nature. But I think this is a genuine girl who has just a hey. Yeah. That's the thing. There's a lot of cases recently, and I've been seeing them pop up everywhere, where the girls just get just a little moment, or they'll play a game. No, she might have been playing. Like I think, like if I'm on Facebook, most of my fucking private messages are set to private, so people can't just message me unless they're in my friends list. The idea of somebody coming out of the blue and just suddenly started messaging. I don't know if you're in any groups that you've commented. If this is somebody that's in a group that you're in, absolutely. If this is somebody that is, you've never seen them before, they've got nothing in common, they've come straight to you, like nobody in your friends list, not a friend of a friend, there's nobody, they've found you. That's weird. They've looked you up for some reason. If it's not your girlfriend creating a second, that's another thing you could do as well. Look at their account. If they've got nothing at all in their news feeds, like if it's a recently created account, you're being tested. Full on, you're being tested right there. I definitely think you should tell her anyway. Also, exactly. I get them all the fucking time. I get people, usually the spam ones, they try to add you as a friend first. Because the spam and the scam ones are trying to get information on you. They want to get into your personal information by becoming your friend. Right? What's hidden. Yeah. Exactly. I would tell you, but either way, regardless, I would tell her, because yes, if you don't have any intention to flirt with this person, if there's no interest, if you're monogamous and all that kind of stuff, I would tell her just to keep the relationship honest. And if it is a test, you know what? You'll have scored points. So whatever is going on here, and I do think it's a test. And I would love for you to message back, respond to this once you've, if this is live or you've watched this YouTube. Let me know what happens. She might give you a big old hug and a big old kiss, going, "Oh, I've proven to my girlfriend that you're honest." It could be not a test from your girlfriend, but from one of your girlfriend's friend who thinks all men. There's girls out there that are convinced all men cheat, and your girlfriend is literally putting you to the test, not for her, but to show you off, to give her it, right? By telling her you've allowed her to show you off. It's a good thing. But either way, yeah, I wouldn't flirt back. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what I would possibly done, and I've done similar things, not on Facebook, but I'd have probably flirted back, being goofy, not like being completely different than myself, knowing, and then basically saying, "Hey, can you bring me, like if this is somebody that's in the same house with you, hey, could you bring me a coffee?" You've basically pointed out, but if you don't know for sure that it's a test, it could backfire. So really, for you in this, yes, tell your girlfriend. Don't play games. Unless you know for sure it's her. Unless you've gone prove it that it's her. Because it can be bad. Because then go, "Oh my God, you did flirt with them." And it's not a real person. Then you might have actually, yeah. Anyway, question 12 from Bobby. Bobby asks, can a broken relationship be fixed? Honestly, I keep holding on and beg for him not to leave, but I don't know what I'm holding on to anymore. Yes, relationships can be fixed, but it takes two, not one. If a person really wants to go, they will go. Bottom line, right? It sucks. It's sad. It's really sad. It's heartbreaking. But if a person really wants to go, they'll go, and they will find every reason, every excuse to go. They don't really need a reason to go. If they want to go, they'll just go. They'll go. It's sad, and you should have some kind of closure. If they want to go, they'll go. But if you want to mend the relationship and your partner wants to mend the relationship, yes, it can be mended, absolutely. But it's going to take work. Is it broken as in you're fighting all the time? Is it broken as in you're kind of not in love as much anymore? I mean, the fact that you're trying to get them to not leave, like, you need to ask yourself, do you love them? Do they love you? Do you love them enough do you love them enough to let them leave? If they're not happy, if they're miserable, but they would be better off leaving, do you love them that much that you can let them go? There's a saying that I love. I've always loved it. Is if you love something, let them go. If they come back, they're yours. If they don't, they were never yours to begin with. Sometimes that is an amazing thing, to love somebody that much that you can, just for their happiness. I mean, yes, you should be happy too, absolutely. It doesn't. If the relationship is broken, then you deserve to be just as happy. It's not a selfish thing, but keeping somebody just for you to be happy and making them miserable, that would be selfish. I'm hoping you can fix this, maybe talk. Maybe this question should not be directed at me, but literally call them. Can a broken relationship be fixed? What would it take to fix this relationship? With the exception of compromising your own self in a dangerous or unhealthy way, what can be done? And if they say there's nothing, then it might be time. I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings, and it breaks my heart that this might have to. I'm trying to be as honest and as gentle as I can. But yeah, if it's over, as I said, you get into pushing the person completely away. I mean, if you love them enough and you don't want to lose them, it could be that you might need to move this into a situation of trying to make it become friends again. And then maybe, hell, who knows? Maybe down the road, it'll mend. Sometimes taking a step back will help you move forward. Imagine walking forward, right? You're walking and you're walking and you're walking and you walk straight into a wall. If you keep walking forward into that wall, you are going nowhere. If you take a step back, take a few steps to the side and walk through the bloody doorway, you'll go forward. And right now, it's broken. That might be an option, is just take a step back. Become friends again. Either way, I think you need to talk to your partner and say, hey, what can we do to fix this? Is it fixable? Do you want to fix this? He might, but he might not. And then you need to move on to be happy for yourself, because you deserve to be happy. Just because you love this person does not mean that you can't love another eventually. I wouldn't say jump into another relationship right away. Take time. Take time to heal from this massive chasm that's being put in your heart. Yeah. Massive chasm. That's really what it is. It's a really hard thing to lose somebody. Because at that exact moment you feel like, what am I going to do? You feel so lost. Because really your partner's like a lighthouse. Or a compass. Leading the way. And when they're gone, that lighthouse is gone. How are you going to find your way without a compass? How are you going to... But then you realize, after a little time, after the night passes, the sun rises. And that sun will guide the way. So sleep on it. And you might not have your compass. You might not have that lighthouse. But you'll find your way. All right, question 13. Because that one got really deep. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That question got that one got very, very deep. Speaking of. I know what I said. Not too small. Anyway. Why is this not... Why is that? Shh, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Fake news. Alright, from Harmony. This is the 13th and last question for the day. For this stream. When you feel lost in your marriage, what do you do? Back to that. Apparently I can't get away from this deep question. Yeah. Sometimes you realize when you feel lost in your marriage. Yeah, realize that your partner is your compass. And sometimes you have to guide each other, not just one. And by doing that, see, with the compass, you need to physically look at it, right? You see where the arrow is pointing, you find north. That information is being given to you. Right? So, but with a person, in marriage, you can't just simply look at an arrow and find out where in hell north is. The best way to find out is called communication. So you talk to your partner. Find out what's lost, not just from yourself, but from your partner. What is missing? Marriage counseling. Yeah, absolutely. But you know what the marriage counselor is going to do? They're going to sit there and they're going to talk and they're going to ask questions. The thing that you can do yourself. I'm not saying anything bad about marriage counseling. Marriage counseling is great. Absolutely. But they're going to do what you can already do already, and they're going to charge you money for it. Talk to your partner. Ask them, are you okay? Are you happy? And if not, ask them. Don't go on the defensive. Don't go, oh, fuck, oh, I can't believe you said this. Blah, blah, blah. Let them speak what they feel. Let them have that right. They've got the right to have their feelings. And whether there's miscommunication or misunderstanding or whatever, which is usually the case between two people who love each other, they love each other, they fell in love with each other, they are together because they click so perfectly. So something went ajar, and usually it's because of some form of misunderstanding. Something got bent out of shape. But if they tried talking, which is the goal to, yeah, absolutely. A third person can help with the questions and getting you to think outside the box. Absolutely. That can be a good thing as well. And it doesn't need, that's the thing as well. It doesn't need to be a counselor. Sometimes it can be a trusted friend, but a trusted friend of both of yours. Don't just go with a friend of, you see, the counselor is handy because they don't have anything vested in one or the other. Don't go to a parent. Go to a sibling that, maybe a sibling that you don't always get along with. They'll call you on your shit, but won't also side with them, right? You want somebody who's going to just ask questions, and important questions. You're not going there to talk about your freaking childhood or anything like that. You're just talking about how to get the relationship back to the relationship. Yeah. Somebody who's very impartial. Who's not going to be your best friend. Because the best friend will always side with the best friend. And they won't ask the question. They'll go, well, you know what? You probably should just chill the fuck out. No, you don't want that. You want everybody's feelings to be acknowledged for whatever it is. And that one thing that's missing, that's misunderstood, needs to be fucking voiced. And both of you need to be honest and say it. Don't be shy. Oh, fuck, I can't believe you. It was that party that we went to, and you said, in joking, that I got a big nose. Fuck. And you didn't mean to, you're just joking. But you hurt our feelings, or his feelings, or whatever. Something is usually at the heart of it. And everything else, it's like a fucking spider. You don't squish the spider by just pulling its legs off. Fucking step on the spider. The spider in your situation is the key, the center part of whatever caused the thing to be lost. And that's usually a counselor or a friend can ask the questions, get what it is the fucking fundamental is, but you need to be honest. Not just about what the other person is, but also about yourself. Deep down inside, what has pissed you off? Or what's pissed them off? And if they've said it, don't go on the defensive. Just say, I'm sorry. Acknowledge the person is hurt. Whether it's you or them or whoever, be willing to be open to these conversations. Yeah. Well, I just very much, I'm feeling lost. Yeah. Lost with the marriage. Yeah. Love. Usually 9 times out of 10, it's like it all comes down to love. And that ends up getting sometimes masked by hurt feelings. Or something's missing, as you just said, sex. Right? Sex shouldn't be it, but it can be. I think that makes the relationship feel a bit lost. But it's not that the relationship is lost, it's just that one thing is lost. But be honest. Could be boredom, resentment. Yeah. Well, the resentment, I would say, would come from something that's happened that needs to be mentioned. And if it's boredom, different values. That's why I always tell people when they get in any kind of relationship, marriage or whatever, to communicate and talk about. Get to know each other. Talk. Tell each other what each other likes. That way you know your values before you get into it. I was asked a question a while back. Can two people of different religions, can a marriage like that work? Yes, I've seen it actually happen. I knew this couple. They one was Baptist, and the other was Catholic. And while it falls under the same umbrella, there's a lot of differences in traditions and shit like that. I've even seen Christians and people of the Jewish belief that got happily married and lived happily ever after, blah blah blah. So there's pretty much anything is possible. It's just communication and sometimes being understanding of each other and coming up with compromises. Not necessarily in the religious beliefs, but in how you deal with the traditions and shit like that. Compromising that. Yeah. From beginning to end, communication is the key. Love, relationship, and communication are like in the same fucking circle. But I would definitely say for your question, you just need to talk to somebody and to each other. Mostly each other. But that is that, really. I don't know if anybody else has any crazy questions you want answering, my opinion. Before I sign off, I will probably be doing some Warzone later. I'm gonna go and stop and have something to eat because I'm hungry and yeah. Doesn't look like anybody else has more questions. Thank you for joining. I'm glad everybody has been here. It's been a lot of fun. I have a feeling that person that came in earlier, Joe Wilson, thank you. I have a feeling that person was trying to sell me bitcoins or something. Looking at his private messages. So if that is the case, everybody needs to be careful to all my streaming friends about people popping in like that. It's kind of like that. I have a feeling it was kind of like that person. Messages that pop up every once in a while. You can buy followers, blah blah blah. I could be wrong, but yeah, they're trying to get me to register some website and yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope everybody has a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever you are. Be kind to each other. Be friendly to each other. Stop beating on each other. It's 2021. We can actually put that last year in the trash where it belongs. And yeah, you have a good night. And I will see you all soon. Ciao.